I'm excited. We're doing our first live stream in a long time, like in over a year. So basically, our first live stream ever for anybody who's watching now, because we had like 0 subscribers last time around. So glad to see you. Welcome to the stream. And today, here's the plan. We've got a shipment that came in. We're going to do a little unboxing. So we'll go through some of the plants and things that we got in our order, talk about those. And then if you guys want to say hi, you got any questions about fish keeping or anything, really, you're welcome to ask. You want to talk to me about your tank, we can do that too. If you want to know about any of my tanks, we can do that. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, got a big box, big order today. It was, it's not quite as big as last week's order, but we've got some different stuff. So we're going to check it out. Alright, so I had to re-up on some spider wood here. No big deal. But I'm really, I want to start selling more of it. I've been working on building little packs, like plant packs where you can order some of these. So I just launched a pack today on the website that was a couple of plants and a piece of driftwood instead of all my other bundles that are just plants. I know what that is. Okay, next one. We've got, it says Ludwigia dark red. When I open it up, I was hoping it would get to me more red. That's only 4 stems. Alright. So, I'll have to get this under some light in the fish room, and then we'll get some reds on that, get some roots going, and then that'll be available. And how many of these did I get? I don't even know. I gotta open my packing slip here. Where is it? Ludwigia dark red. I got 18 of these. Oh, good. I was worried I only got a dozen because I'll be out of a dozen in a few days. But the Ludwigia looks healthy. I'm buying it super cheap wholesale, so we'll try to get some rock wool on this and get it rooted, and then we'll be ready to put those up on jjgills.com. Link in description. And I know a lot of you guys, if you've seen the channel before, you know I sell plants and fish. If you want to support me, if you want plants that have been taken care of by yours truly, instead of getting them from the big box pet store, they are all on jjgills.com. Link in description. Next, well, this is sitting right on top, so I gotta open it. I was gonna save this. I can't untie the knot, but it's a big bag of mystery snails. I need to get them out, but I'll just show you guys here because I actually don't want to untie them until I'm in the fish room. And I'm working on getting live streams in the fish room because I can do more stuff in there, and I think it's gonna look better aesthetically as well. But I couldn't get the sound right. It takes some time to get my good microphone in there. So we're going to work on that for next time. But I just bought, it's like 4 dozen. I think 4 dozen. Let's see. How many snails did I get? Yeah, 4 dozen blue mystery snails. I'm pretty pumped on this because I've always got like 100 plus gold ones growing out in the fish room. But I'd like to diversify my color array, so I bought some of these and I'll mix those in, and then we'll start producing more snails and more colors. And next, let's see. Looks like Java Fern. Do they have it labeled? Yep, Java Ferns. And last week I bought some really big ones that were like a foot long. But this week I got some regular size ones I can sell for regular price. So these would be like $6 in the shop. Java ferns, super easy plant to grow. Typically you just attach it to some driftwood or something. And they don't even need a lot of light. And they'll slowly grow and get thicker and larger for you. But when you get them this size, sometimes people don't realize they do get pretty big. It takes a while for them to get there. It might take a year for them to get there, but I do have some that are over a foot long. Okay, next bag. We've got Anacharis bunches. And Anacharis is a plant we sell a whole lot of. It grows pretty quickly. Let me get a bunch out of here. And I probably got, I don't know, a dozen maybe? Let's see, Anacharis bunches. Yeah, just a dozen. I already have a bunch of this growing, but I thought, why not have some backup just in case I sell out this week? Anacharis, really easy stem plant to grow. Pretty fast growing. You can put it in that category with hornwort. It'll fill up a pond. And the more light, the better. But these grow super quick. And they will grow in lower medium light. But are used to that same lighting that hornwort is. If you get it in really strong light, it'll be really thick. Have some nice color for you. And we'll have to get that rooted in the fish room here in a little bit. Good size on these. Sometimes I get them and they're like inconveniently long and I have to cut them in half. And then sometimes I have them that are a little short. But that's Anacharis or Elodia. I've heard people say it both ways and nobody will tell me which one they know about. Yo, Outside and Aquatics. Welcome, welcome. Is this the first stream? First stream in a long time. I did a couple like test streams when I first started this channel last year. But I was still trying to iron out the details. Working on getting some streams in the fish room as soon as I figure out my sound and equipment situation in there. Java fern propagates like crazy too. It does. I don't know. Hold on. Where'd my Java ferns go? So Java fern. Let me get one out again. Java fern, ooh, this is a nice one. This is way fuller than the last one. But Java fern is not as fast for propagating as I'm used to because I do a lot of stem plants where you can just literally cut it in half and then you have twice as many plants. But what Java fern will do is these leaves will start to get little dots on them, and those little dots are little seedlings, and they'll grow out. Look at that. There's one right here. Then that's a little baby Java fern. I broke it. Good job, JJ. So they'll grow little babies, little saplings right on the leaves, and then you can just pick those off when they're a size that you feel like you can do something with them. And you can stick them to a rock, stick them to some wood, and then you've got another plant. Like the way it buds, it's so weird. Yeah, a lot of people will ask me, what's wrong with my Java fern when it starts to like get the little saplings on it? And the answer is you're actually doing everything right because it's making little Java fern babies. So we've unboxed some Java ferns, some wood, big bag of Anacharis or Elodia. Still interested in seeing what you guys have to say. Do you call it Anacharis or do you call it Elodia? I feel like all the content creators say Elodia, and then anytime I see a label, it's Anacharis. So we've got some more wood in here. Nothing special. These are a little bigger than the ones I used to sell. I'd say the ones I used to sell would be like 6 to 9 inches. Some of these are still in the small category, but I see them like 10 to 11 inches. So some really good pieces of driftwood there. Oh, what did I get here? This one looks nice. I didn't even remember getting this. Where's my packing slip? Oh, there it goes. nice plant, and this is how nice it looks dry. Like, I'm pretty sure this is grown out of water, so I got to get it in some tanks and see if we have any melt. But this is known as Scarlet Temple or Alternantha reynickii. Trying to remember. This one I haven't really grown a lot before, but I wanted to try a new cool plant, something with some red to it. And I think this will be really nice, and we'll get that up online on the store when I think it's ready. Because for anybody who doesn't know how I do things, I try to grow or at least transition all the plants myself before we get them listed on the website. I don't want anybody to have to deal with buying a plant and then it has to melt and adjust. Like I always bring up Rotala. Rotala grows with like round leaves, some types of Rotala like rotundifolia, and then the leaves sort of melt and they turn and they transform and then they get really beautiful. But if you buy a plant from me, I don't want you to have like the ugly melty stage. Okay, and what else do we have? We've got some Amazon swords. Let's get these open. Cute little sword plant. That's the size that you could put in a smaller tank and you'd have some time for it to grow before it takes over. And Amazon swords are a plant. They're pretty common. You see them everywhere. Any of the big box stores should have sword plants. And this one is unique from a lot of the plants I carry because it's one of the bigger leaf plants. The leaves will get large. And it's one of the bigger root feeders. So this little root system here will go really deep and branch out into the substrate. Now, one of the problems I kind of see people having with this is a lot of plants, especially plants I sell, will feed from the water column. So they'll get little roots going all the way up the stem because I sell a lot of stem plants. But this one, if you're not getting the growth you want, you might be interested in getting some root tabs. So I actually probably should start selling those together. I was thinking I'd put that in a bundle. Those Amazon swords. Easy plant if you can get some food to it. Doesn't need any crazy kind of lighting. Just some nutrient-rich substrate. There's my ice pack. The ice pack always looks like a fish bag because it's like wrapped in newspaper. But this time of year, if you're shipping in Florida, an ice pack for an order this size is definitely a good idea. I ordered something I couldn't show you guys today, but it was hot. It got too hot. How long have I been keeping fish? Incroyable. Welcome to the stream. I have been a fisherman my whole life, so I've always known about fish and been around fish. I started keeping aquariums. Maybe 3 years ago. It's 2023 now. Yeah, maybe 2.5, 3 years ago, I really dove all the way in. We're in the middle of the pandemic. There was nothing else to do. We were trapped in the house and couldn't get out. And I don't know, there's something about after I bought that first 10-gallon and we learned how to maintain and like cultivate life in there. There's just something about being able to take care of that box while we were kind of trapped in our own boxes during quarantine. So it wasn't long before, actually, I'll tell you what got my second tank. It was I bought a catfish. I bought a catfish for a 10-gallon. It was about this big. I didn't know anything, didn't do any research. And they're like, that catfish is going to be a foot long. When I finally found out about it, I was like, a foot long? I can't keep a foot long catfish in a 12-gallon. So the next day, I went to PetSmart, and there just happened to be like a 4-foot long 60-gallon tank on sale. Boom, got it. Actually, I don't think I got it on sale. I didn't know how to get those deals like that back then. I think I paid full price, paid like $500 for a tank and stand, which for me now is ridiculous because I know how to get those good sales. But we got our 60-gallon tank, set it up, and that's when we really started learning about the different types of fish we could keep and started thinking about breeding and doing some other things. Anybody else out there lurking? But yeah, to finish my history there, so I kept fish at the house in Indianapolis for about a year and a half. Moved as many of those fish as I could to Florida because we decided to relocate. And then I spent like a year working at a pet store. So I worked at Petco for a while, not quite a year. And learned everything I needed to know. I already knew a lot about fish. As soon as I started doing research, I couldn't stop. I'm a big like academic person, and I like to know everything about something. I like to know how to do it the best. So I did a whole lot of research and learning that first year, and then spent my next year working in a pet store so I could learn how the business works, how working with other companies goes, how wholesale orders go, shipments, deliveries, and it was only a couple months before I was a manager of the store, and then decided I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to focus on fish. So I did that. I kind of demoted myself, stepped down, and then the store kind of got a little wonky. And I don't talk bad about the store, but I made a video of why I finally quit. It's actually at the top of my channel if you click on the channel page. But that's kind of my story, and now we're here doing it on our own. I grow most of my own plants. Now that we're doing a little more in sales, I can't grow all of them, like from scratch, because it used to be I'd sell all my plants, and then I wouldn't have any more, and I'd have to grow some more. And I was like, okay, maybe I can just sell half the plants, and I'll have something to grow from, and that'll work. But now it's like, okay, I've got to buy plants, make sure the plants are good to go, make sure nothing's going to melt, transition them, and then I might propagate them up from there. So right now I'm kind of like a hybrid model. You've actually watched all my vids? Bruh, say less. Appreciate you. Really appreciate you. So I didn't get a super diverse collection this week. I was just kind of filling in some gaps, and then we did a lot of sales, so now I'm like out of stuff. I've got to go to my garden in the back and get some. Hopefully I've got some bacopa growing out there, and some moneywort, some pennywort, some rotala. But just to recap here, this is my first time keeping this alternantha. I think that'll be really nice. We've got some normal sized swords in the shop now. Before that, I think I only had large swords that were a foot, and they cost a little more. But for people with those small tanks, we can do these little swords. The small, medium swords are probably like $6. We're going to work on getting more of the spiderwood to the people. I think what I want to do is hold on to some of my Java fern until I can propagate it. Because I'd like to do combos where I have more Java fern or maybe even some mosses attached to some driftwood so other people don't have to do it. And just make fish keeping easy for everybody. I do need to open up these snails. I've never seen this knot's tied so tight and I don't have a knife. But we got a whole bunch of blues. That'll help us diversify. They look like marbles on screen. That's pretty neat. But I did get 4 dozen mystery snails this week. Just to kind of add to the ones, if anybody's followed my videos, I've been breeding mystery snails for a long time. But I started out with all gold. And the gold had some variants. We've got some white. We've got some brown. But I haven't gotten that many blue variants, and I will be able to mix it up. Best hobby in the world? Oh, yeah, fish keeping. I'll be honest, it saved my life. The pandemic was so crazy, and just needed something to pass the time, something to focus on that wasn't the crazy outside world. Made it to Alive. Yes, you did. Bubbles Aquarium. Welcome, welcome. So while I'm kind of recapping our plants for the day, what do you guys keep? Do we got 1 tank, 2 tanks? Red tank, blue tank? Old Dr. Seuss for you guys. And then we talked about Java ferns. This is another thick one. For small Java ferns, they came out really nice. So we'll get these put up and make sure they're available for you guys pretty soon if you're interested. And this is like our first live in a while. I used to do when I was starting out, I didn't have anything to make content over. No, 59 tanks? Wow. I'm assuming that 59 means you have 59 tanks. If I had the space, I'd probably try to have 59 tanks. Oh, okay. And, no, I wouldn't. I don't know. Because now it's like my job, so I guess I have to keep growing. I've got maybe 24 tanks in the fish room, and then I've got a couple, like, public show tanks, like my cichlid tanks, and some plant bins I'm working on, and the pond. But we're building we're getting the pool pond filtration set back up now. So we'll be doing a pool pond video very soon. Have the house to yourself? Yeah, I think if I put 59 tanks in my house, I'd be in trouble, and I'd have it to myself too. You got 18 running, all fresh water. Ooh, guys, I just set up some brackish water. I can't tell you everything about it because I'm going to do an individual video for it. But I've kept salt water before, like running the store. But in the house, I've only had fresh water, so I'm excited for a real new project. Outside in, you've got 14 in a mini pond. That's a good number. 14. You do it like in 1 or 2 racks. You don't look quite like a crazy fish person like I do. And then the mini pond is nice. I used to have a whiskey barrel pond that I had on the back. Matter of fact, I should probably build a couple of those before it gets too late in the season. I'm going to have to see if I can get a hold of some new whiskey barrels. That was a cool project, and I could sell them for a couple $100, and people would have nice little patio stuff. And then the Anacris looking thick this month, or this week, which I'm pretty satisfied with. I'm going to hold on to them for a little while till we start seeing some roots coming off. And then the Ludwigia, I think, was the first thing we opened. I was really hoping it would come to me dark red. So I'm going to grow it a little bit longer, try to establish some roots, maybe get some iron supplements, and maybe we'll get some red out of it. But I don't have super strong lighting on everything like I used to. Algae ended up being a pain, so I'd rather sell it more green if it means I for sure am not getting more algae. So we've got everybody's tanks. Everybody's checked in. What you're keeping? Oh no, we said how many, but like, what are we keeping? What's our specialty? Because anybody who's watching me for a while knows that like I dove all the way in on cichlids. I started with started with South American cichlids. Had my Oscars on the channel for a while. The Oscars didn't make it down to Florida. I'm say a little prayer for them. Love you, Denzel and Tony. You will be missed. You are missed. My favorite light. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of aquarium lights. So I use a really cheap one, which I'm working on seeing if I can start manufacturing my own brand. Oh, here's big news. So we did manufacture our first product. Well, I guess I have a few products out because we've got some merch. I'm working on doing more and more shirts on the store. But our first like really manufactured product that I feel proud about that I had to like work with a factory to get is we've got a set of aquascaping tools. JJ Gills brand aquascaping tools coming very soon. Hopefully this week. They're actually sick. They're all black. I didn't want to do stainless. Everybody has stainless. I wanted them to look all black like the Fluval ones with my little logo on them. So, and it's going to be a 4-piece kit. We've got scissors, 2 types of tongs, and the spatula. All with the JJ Gills logo on them. If you want to support, those will be up very soon. And yeah, and they'll come in a nice bag and they'll last you forever. So very excited to get those up on the website very soon. Our aquascaping tools. But yeah, somebody asked me about lighting. I think aquarium lights are just way too expensive in general. And if you watch people who do a lot of stuff, like MD Fish Tanks, that guy has the best planet setups. And for the whole first year of his channel, it was just like floodlights and DIY lights. And that's the way I'd do it if I wasn't buying the cheap ones that I get off the internet. Congrats on my own product. Thank you. We've been working hard. Been working real hard trying to get these deals together. I had to figure out how to be able to get wholesale things and manufacturers. So it's like, it's funny. I have a business degree. I got it while I was teaching elementary school, and focusing on this business this month or this year, I mean, it was like, what did I even learn? Because everything is totally new when you finally have to put it into practice. But we're learning, and we're growing the business, and thanks to you guys, we're growing the channel as well. And it's been really exciting. So my goal is to focus on making more content nowadays. The past few weeks, I've been focused on, okay, how can I get this product made? How can I get these shirts made? How can I get more plants for less money? So I've been really on the business heavy end of things. But we're going to get right back into strong YouTube content very soon. Especially since I've gotten a couple of things down. We've been breeding bristlenose plecos, our electric blues. I've got some new eggs today. So now instead of like a vlog where I can go, oh, you know what? We got some eggs in the fish room today. I'll have it'll be more like how to, because I'll have more experience and I can talk about, oh yeah, this seems to trigger this and that kind of thing. Channel's exploding. Hey, we're doing the work, we're trying hard, and I just appreciate everybody's support. But that's about all I had planned for today. I wanted to get through the loot, see what we got in the box today, check in with you guys, see how everybody was doing. We'll give it another minute or two if anybody wants to bring up another topic real quick. But I must say, it's been nice to chat to some of you guys. And these are names, I don't know, I've maybe seen one or two of you in the comments. But it's kind of nice to have live discussions with you guys. Man, I wish I could tell you about my next full-length video, though. I've got some shorts lined up, but I just did a whole tank setup with some brackish water. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say. And the animal I put in the tank already. I got it delivered today. And I couldn't unbox it for you guys, so I had to make sure they were alive like as soon as I got the box, and turns out the heat was starting to get to them. What substrate do I use? The cheapest substrate I can find. Any rocks, well, I wouldn't get driftwood from a hardware store. But if you're talking about substrate, rocks, sand, gravel, get it from a hardware store or like a local nursery. As soon as they put a picture of a fish on it, they'll charge you 4 times more. I mean, getting aquarium gravel at the pet store, it's like, it's handled differently, so it is a little nicer, but it's not worth 4 times the money to me. So I'll go to Lowe's, get a $4 bag of sand, $4 bag of pea gravel, and I'll rinse it real good, and we're just fine with that. That's the only way, I don't know about you guys, but that's the only way I could afford to do what I do, is to get the best deals. So I'm shopping every sales page. I'm looking online, comparing prices. I'm at the hardware store for anything I can get at the hardware store. I don't know if I've bought 2 tanks for full price and what, 22, 24 more for half off, you know what I'm saying? Blasting sand. Yeah, blasting sand is good. I use paver sand most of the time because it's like the cheapest. And I'll do like a medium grit, not super fine. And I found that that's been pretty good for my cichlids. And it doesn't, like, when you get a medium grit, you don't get the cloud of dust that you get from having a really fine sand every time the fish move around. And then black sand, if you want black, I think you have to go blasting sand. But I haven't done black sand in a while. Cheap is the only way. Bro, last 3 times I've been to Petco, the little cashier had to go get the manager because the deals I was finding was too good. So I low-key might do a video just on saving money really soon. Because for serious, and if Chris is in the chat, she can vouch for you guys. It's my girlfriend. I check out and they go, okay, this is, how did you get 75% off? How do we ring this up? I was like, just get the manager. She'll get it because I know these deals, bruh. I'm not paying full price for nothing. Petco half off is the way to go. I agree. And it used to be $1 per gallon. I think when I started keeping fish was the end of the $1 per gallon era. It was, yeah, I didn't even really take advantage. Oh, my 75. I think my first 75 gallon was $1 per gallon, which was nice. And now, I think Petco sells them for $2.50, so half off is $1.25. Not quite as nice. Most of my tanks use black sand. I have mixed feelings about black sand. Like, in my African tank, I had black sand. I switched to white sand, and all the colors look so much better. And I don't need as strong lighting to make everybody look good, because that light sand kind of reflects it back. Except, yes, I can confirm, manager to the register every time. Because I got to get these deals, bro. I don't have any money. I'm trying to make a living selling fish and making videos about fish. I don't have any money. I got to get them deals every sale. Buy used tanks. Yeah, used tanks are cool, especially with the larger ones. I know the fish store I work with, or go to the most. I don't work with them a lot because I don't like to sell things for wholesale prices. I'd like to just sell them straight to you guys. But the fish store I go to and work with, they have a really good collection of used tanks. If you can't wait for half off. But if you can wait for half off, I like to get them new. But I think that's going to be it for me on this one, guys. I've really enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's free for you and really helps me out. If you guys need any plants, I've got a couple different products, plants, driftwood. We're working on getting some more shirts up there. Oh, I don't have a quick, easy way to show you a tab of the shirts. But just check out the website, jjgills.com. We got plants, we've got products. We're working on getting some merch out, and I'm really excited about that. We've got our new aquascaping tools coming very soon. And, boy, they're going to be sleek. They're going to be durable. They're going to last you a long time. And it's my brand, and I'm very excited about that. My first manufactured product that I hope I'm getting in the next couple days. And we'll probably make a little short video showing that off when it's ready, so you guys will know. But that's it for me. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.